All right, we are live, sir. We are live. It's live.
We all knew this day would come.
Oh. Well, I
2
mean,
weeks in the making.
See, there we go. Got the live show pulled up.
after last week, I was beginning to wonder if any of us were going to make it. You know, I mean, you with the
2026 has been off to a start, man. That's all I can say. Flu.
Not the best of starts either.
Other look like I've been sick like twice this year already as a dog. Son got sick twice. Bloodaxe is fighting off the hounds of Hades themselves. And then your plans didn't go the way you wanted for a weekend.
Mine.
You know what? Screw you.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, screw you. You even found out really good new whiskey that is like freaking amazing.
Ah, yeah.
Like I still can taste it. Like that was good.
Matter of fact, I may taste it here in a bit.
Oh, that's wrong, dude. You know, I gotta go pick up my son a little while, so I'm gonna be passing through. So if you want to wait, I can stop in real quick.
Oh man.
And man, I can't believe you almost messed up and left it here. I was like, oh man.
Yeah. I know.
What's the rule? You leave it more than 24 hours, it's mine.
And it's not that it's mine, but I mean, been at the house by myself most of the weekend. Would I've had a sip or two? Probably.
Oh. Yeah, I have to make another Louisiana trip for that one.
Man, I'll roll with you. You let me know when we want to go get it.
All right.
That is worth the money. But go and get it started here.
Right.
We already a week behind, even though I mean everybody knows what happened last week. Ubisoft probably fired some people. Bad games failed. Oh yeah, we gotta talk about that. I don't know if you had that in your topics. I was half out of it, but we gotta talk about like the worst game launch of all time. 57, you remember that?
What's that?
You remember 57?
Oh yeah.
We can't not talk about that,
Yeah.
man.
But all right, let's get started. Welcome to Dicejunkies. I'm Xenodamus. I'm here with
Q.
and
We got Bloodaxe.
all right, let's get started. Let's see. Where should we start? I guess we'll start on something simple. Not a lot to talk about here. They're a little late to the party. All right, just coughing the mic. They're a little late to the party, but the Dice Game Awards were released this week.
Oh, okay.
No big surprises here. Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, Game of the Year. Other than that, I mean, Claire Obscure won several. Blueprints we saw on other awards. And then Ghost of Yotai won a few.
Why?
Hades 2.
Why did Ghost of Yotai win anything?
They seem to have had a bit of a hard-on for Ghost of Yotai. They gave it Adventure Game of the Year, Outstanding Achievement in Character, Outstanding Achievement in Original Music Composition.
What? Wait a minute. Ghost of Yotai, not Claire Obscure, got the music award.
Yes.
Man,
To
you
be
can buy
fair,
anything if you try hard enough.
Yeah, I haven't played Ghost of Yotai, but I would challenge that because the music from Expedition 33 was phenomenal.
Expedition 33 got RPG Game of the Year, Game of the Year, Game Direction, and then Art Direction, Story. So it didn't lack in awards. So
I know, but I don't think Ghost of Yotai just earned anything. Except for that accessibility thing. It did seem to have some pretty impressive accessibility.
and
I
then,
let it had that awards many times and they wanted to give it to him. But nah, man. Like, everybody sucks off Sony so hard, man. This is ridiculous. They get awards for games that were just trashed by, like, all the gaming community. And you're just like, okay, who the hell voted for Ghost of Yotai?
and then outstanding achievement in animation was gotten by South of Midnight.
Well, I guess that explains everything then. All right, I stopped questioning why I got those awards.
I mean, dude, you can't hate on South of Midnight for its animation style and abilities. It did have that.
And I agree with Zeno.
I've seen way better looking games.
The game looked interesting. The story was fascinating, but the execution made it hard to wrap your head around and want to play.
Yeah.
But
Don't tell me I can't hate on South of Midnight. I can hate on South of Midnight all I want.
You can hate on South of Midnight, but I'm just saying. I can see it getting no
South of Midnight. I can. You do it, it becomes a thing.
I don't care.
Go pick some floose.
Yeah. Oh. All righty then. So anyway, just another award so that Expedition 33 could pile up to its list. Next big, I guess, thing was the PlayStation State of Play was happened this week. I don't know, man. I'm with Q here. Me and Q talked about this yesterday. Just not getting excited about any of these things lately. Like it's been hard to get excited about games lately.
Yeah, well, one, what they show you and what comes out, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Has proven many times before. Two, like most PlayStation games, you tend to get a lot of cinematics. And maybe not as much gameplay as you want to see. Though they did better. They did better on this. My biggest issue is just that I don't know what it's going to be like when it gets out. Now, I'm going to say this. I should have been excited. I told Zeno that. I said, dude, being that I've been wanting co-op games, co-op action RPG games, or just action RPG games, lots of action RPGs, at least one co-op, Crimson Heart or whatever, Crimson whatever the heck it is. Souls kind of look like co-op game. Find it for me, yeah, the Crimson one. Like, that's a co-op action RPG. You know, that's what I've been asking for. But a lot of the games that should have caught my interest just made me go, I'll keep an eye on it. Nothing made me go, I'm looking forward to that, except maybe the Control game. That actually looked pretty interesting. Not that I'd pay him like $80 for it, and it's PlayStation, so I Crimson Moon, there it is. But I'd expect them to want $80 for it. But like, it's definitely something that, you know, we haven't had. It's been a long time since Infamous and Prototype. So to see a game that kind of gives me that feel again looked cool. So Control looks cool. Like that is probably the most anticipated game I saw, and even then, it's still wait till it comes out and catch it on sale. It didn't look like an $80, $90 game to me, and it's PlayStation, so we know they're going to want $80 or $90 usually, even though it's coming out on multiple consoles. The game prices that they're asking versus the quality level put out just doesn't feel like it's there anymore. So I got to see what they're going to do with it. But this was the best looking game to me. Other than that, Crimson Heart's co-op, but the combat didn't really look that good. So I have to see if that improves.
I will say Control was the one that caught my attention. But like I said, I was like, the first Control wasn't really that great, though. But just looking at this in its isolated form with what they're showing, like, it's the one that caught my attention.
Yes.
Other than that, nothing really caught my attention. Other than, they did announce that there's going to be a new Dead or Alive game, but I mean, it's a teaser, and we're probably expecting this to be 3-4 years minimum.
They said another Dead or Alive project. It could be a dead DOA volleyball for all we know.
Well, that's true too. You are right.
So I'm not going to get excited. I mean, it
Um,
looked like it had more promise for our boy Bloodaxe than us, with at least it having a Castlevania announced and a Sons of Sparta 2D. We know he loves his 2D games, and hey, we haven't seen Castlevania in a while.
Now, I was amused by the fact that they're releasing a Dead or Alive 6 last round. Just out of the fact that I've looked into it, there doesn't seem to be like anything big with this. It's going to be like $40. It comes with all the characters. And if you pre-order it, you get an extra costume. But I didn't see any kind of graphic updates or anything like that mentioned. There's no...
It's a re-release, buddy.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is.
You know, they didn't even mention, you know, fixing any of the bugs or anything like that. You know, which is funny because it's also is showing up on Steam. And right now you can get the DOA game for really cheap on Steam because they have a sale going on. And I'm like, but this is considered a separate purchase on Steam, which is odd because it doesn't look like they added anything to the game. So I feel like I could just buy the current version if I really wanted it on Steam.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. You know, it's a money grab. It's a money grab. These guys, Western, you know, well, gaming in general has just gotten sad, man. There's a reason we all look to new companies and
also with the lack of anything adding to it. Why is it going to take all the way till June to hit?
If they're not doing anything, why would they?
Well, they are. They're probably censoring it. So, you know, they got to remove all the jiggle physics and lower all the bus sizes. That's going to take a while. This is DOA. That's a lot of work.
Not wrong.
And then this didn't really, I mean, this was probably the closest thing that could have caught my attention. But then when I watched it, I was just like, not really.
You don't want to play as a giant rooster?
No.
You don't want to play as a giant cock?
Nope.
A-doodle-doo?
No need here. No compensation required. I'm
a big fan of I love Black Myth Wukong, but it's also a character. It's established. I wasn't feeling a rooster, man. I just don't know why, but it just keeps making me think of like Family Guy and like some funny skits I've seen on YouTube.
Apparently, it's based off of a Korean fantasy novel series called The Bird That Drinks Tears. So maybe it won't be too bad. I don't know.
I mean, it's probably got a fan base.
Yeah.
But like I said, dude, it's kind of one of those bad scenarios of I've already got my itch scratched. Like, I'm waiting for the next Black Myth game, which also got a trailer, you know, though no actual gameplay, but I'm looking forward to that. So when given a choice, I'm like, oh, I'll wait for the guys I know do it the way I like, you know, and put out a game that I enjoyed and also I know the character they're covering in the next Black Myth, and I'm looking forward to that. So, again, if it comes out and it ends up just being like a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, and goes on sale, perhaps. But I'm looking usually for something else most of the time than that. Like I said, Control. I'd buy Control before I'd buy that. I'd buy Beast of Reincarnation before I would buy that. Because Beast of Reincarnation really looks good. Like, I gotta say, I love the visual appeal of that game. Yeah, I know I joke a bit about the main character, but like, still, that game looks incredible, and I would definitely buy it. Yeah, I would definitely. Like, it's one that I'm on the fence about. Again, I don't feel like I want to play full price, but man, if that went on sale, I'd probably have to pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, once again, it's one of those things of, you know, I've been fooled too many times. I'm not picking up a new franchise, also with but also with a female character, because often they utilize that as, you know, to utilize some message instead of it just being a cool female character, you know. So
Yeah, it's sad that it's gotten like this because there was a time that didn't trigger that reaction.
Yeah.
But I just get suspicious because they've nailed it so home so bad that with the anti-male position that it makes you now when you see it, you just immediately get suspicious. It's kind of like seeing a nose ring or purple hair. You immediately go on guard.
Oh,
You just go, what you do? You go on guard. You get suspicious. You immediately go, hey, I'm pretty sure something's going on here. This is not all on the up and up. And then,
There's only one
what ends up
exception to
happening.
that.
Huh?
There's only one exception to the purple hair thing. The only one that I'm not suspicious of is when Amelia's doing it.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
That whole
No,
thing
probably
is
doesn't even know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I know who Amelia is, and shut up. We are not going down that road.
all right.
No,
I just think it's
she is kind of cool.
an epic backfire. Yeah. It's a backfire biblical proportions from what it was intended to be.
I know it was. And what's worse, awesome commercials actually. Like really good. Like I'm like, wow. This is talking about going back, we're going south really bad. But anyway, outside of that one unique scenario of purple hair being awesome. Oh dang, I think I just gave my opinion on that. Anyway, of purple hair not being the worst thing ever. Normally, purple hair or septic ring, the nose ring is a red flag. Same thing. You see a female protagonist in an out of sorts place, like Asian mythology, where we know that when it comes to like gender roles, man, they're harder on that in Asia than anywhere else. So when you see like, oh, here's a female samurai or a female swordsman, you go, okay, I wonder if that was done for the story or if that was done to prove a point. Now, I don't think that's the case with Beast of Reincarnation yet, but I don't know enough about the story to know for sure. But it does make you gun shy. You just don't trust it. It's the flaw of overdoing something. You create a knee-jerk reaction in people, and that's my knee-jerk reaction. I see a female protagonist, I go, okay, well, let's see. Maybe there's a reason. And then if
that's the thing with the new Castlevania, man. I mean, the fact that they I mean, it's pretty obvious that it's a female protagonist, but they refuse to like
admit it.
And it's like, hey, look, Belmont had a descendant. They're female. Okay, that to me would be fine. But
yeah, I mean, I don't consider vampire hunting to be like a man's job and nothing. I mean, the Belmonts are a family of badasses.
And when it comes to descendants, I mean, it's 50-50, man. Yeah.
But like the fact that we went to the website, we were looking on all the wikis trying to find out, like, and confirm it because Bloodaxe wasn't 100% sure. I was pretty sure, but he says, it could be either way. And like the fact that they're keeping it on the low raises again the suspicion. It's like, well, why are you hiding it? If you just came out, because I mean, there's even people who think they figured out who it is. I finally found a site where they were saying they believe it's Sonya, a descendant of Trevor Belmont that has appeared before in media. So if it's Sonya, just say it's Sonya. Like, why are you being weird about it? Like, you being weird about it is making me be weird about it. Just like with the other games where I said they've been weird about it so long, they make us weird about it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's the character there. She's got the blonde hair and everything, and and that's obviously female.
I just said the gameplay.
I say obviously. I don't know if I can say obviously anymore.
No, I just
obviously the gameplay. You can't say obviously about obviously.
And it doesn't matter being male. I mean, hell, Bloodstained was a female protagonist. I had a blast playing Bloodstained, and I can't wait for Bloodstained too. I don't care if it's male or female. But, being a Belmont automatically gives you a level of credibility of being a trained vampire hunter. So it is in the story organic to where, if you're able to develop these abilities to fight vampires, that's expected of you. So I don't know why they're being so coy, other than the fact, like you said, because gamers have now gotten jaded to where if they see a female character, all of a sudden they're like, "Hey, is this real, or is this being shoehorned in?" Beast of Reincarnation looks fun. It looks like a fun game, and I would be willing to play it, except it's more of the Asian mythology, and that's just not something I really get into. But if it comes on Steam and it's at a reasonable price, I might give it a shot, depending on the reviews. But like Q was saying, I'm going to be guarded for any game coming out to pay full price for it, just because we just don't know what we're getting anymore.
Well,
And
I
the
mean,
indie scene is the way to go.
it would highly reduce the skeptibility if it is Sonya, and they would have just said it was Sonya, because that's somebody who's already in canon, you know. And everybody would just be, "Oh, cool, Sonya. She's finally getting
Belmont. Yeah, we know her. Yeah, you know. But like I said, somebody brought that up and just said, like, it looks like it's Sonya. I don't know why they don't just tell you it's Sonya and be done. And that's the environment that's been created by doing so many things in bad faith. You no longer have good faith. And it's a shame, because I think it's harming female characters in games, because it's making people reluctant when they wouldn't be reluctant, because they've beat you over the head. They forcefully replace characters. They try to not give you a choice. So when you don't get a choice, you're now suddenly feeling the absence. Now when I don't have a choice to play a male character, and I prefer choice, do a male and female protagonist. Honestly, we've seen games where they do that. They have a set protagonist, but they have a male and female version. Because when I don't see it, I get sus. Yeah, I go, they trying to make me do this. Is this trying to be one of those? Like, that's what happens when you beat a dead horse. And it's harm to gaming, because I'm annoyed that I know I've passed up some games I would have played because of being jaded to that. Like, I probably would have tried Stellar Blade, because I don't care if they're hot or not. That's weird to me that anybody does care. I don't care what your female protagonists look like. I just want to play them, period. Like, to be honest, like, I want to play a male protagonist, ugly or not ugly. I don't care. I'm not attracted to, I want to play this chick so I can stare at her butt is weird to me. So, like, I don't want to play Stellar Blade, even though Stellar Blade's combat looks like the kind of game I would have played if it was a male protagonist. But the whole back and forth just made me go, I don't even want to play a female character, period, anymore. And I just kind of don't. I just don't want to anymore.
I was also surprised of your dismissal of the new John Wick game, being that just a few weeks ago, several weeks ago, we were talking about some action game, and you were like, "Well, where's John Wick? Where's this? Where's that?" I don't remember what we were talking about. But
John Wick's a great series of movies, man. Movie video games just tend to be trash. I ain't gonna lie. I just kind of filed it in the movie video game category. Plus, you know me, I prefer fantasy and sci-fi over the top. John Wick's still grounded in some reality. I don't want to be a Hitman. I've never played any of the Hitman games. Now, will it be better than the Hitman games or worse than the games? Who knows? Don't care. I don't want to play a Hitman. It's not a fantasy I have unless I'm playing Ninja. If I'm doing Tenchu Stealth Assassin, which they did have a Stealth Assassin game they showed, but it looked a bit weird to me. Multiplayer stealth game, but top down. Wasn't feeling it. But I don't want to be an assassin. You know, that's not my stick.
I mean, the biggest problem with the John Wick game is just that it's a full cinematic trailer and it does not have any gameplay.
I imagine they'll have combat like Batman Arkham Asylum. That seems to be the popular style, and that would fit a John Wick game the best. So I'd imagine it had that same combat style of the Batman Arkham Asylum with the counter and system and fighting multiple opponents. Yeah, I'm pretty confident that would be the combat system. Which is another reason why I wasn't caring, because I think I've got the game pegged, man. I don't expect any surprises from a John Wick game. Doesn't mean it's not going to be a good game for people that are into that. I'm just saying I'm almost 100% sure I know what that game is going to be like and how it's going to play. Which is why I'm like, okay, great for people that are a fan of that. Again, I don't hate on other people getting the games they want. Get their games. It's not what I'm looking for. I'd rather play Control. I want escape from fantasy, not play something that's too close to reality. I'll just be blunt. I don't want something that's too close to reality. The more escapism it offers, the better. The further from the crap that we deal with, the better. And while John Wick is an action movie, it's still grounded in, real world physics to a degree. So, not my stick.
All
And
right.
also, it'll be single player, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
So, now if it can be
surprise.
multiplayer and I can go running with my boy Bloodaxe, because getting Xeno on a game is like trying to convince Western gaming to stop ruining gaming. You know, because he'd help me go shoot people. We'd run around assassinating our way through it, but it's probably going to be a single player game. Now, they give co op, then all right, maybe me and Bloodaxe will give it a go. I'll even let you be John Wick.
Oh, well,
I'll play the-
surprise,
I don't care if I'm
surprise.
Aurelio. It don't matter to me.
Ubisoft reports strong growth and beaten expectations in financial report.
That is amazing.
Well, you trim enough fat,
Well, no, they didn't trim fat. They cut through the bone into the marrow, dude, with all their layoffs.
They say Assassin's Creed, The Division, Anno, and Avatar are all up in terms of net bookings, contributing a total 1.1 billion euros, up 18% year over year.
Really? Because I know the last Assassin's Creed didn't do that well.
No, they mostly say Rainbow Six is doing, or it says, let's see, hitting levels classed as overperformance based mostly on gains secured by Assassin's Creed. Even though it didn't do well, I guess it did well enough to still make money, they say. Rainbow Six is also doing very well as Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, with a burst of success being secured by the game's strongly anticipated third-person update and high quality from the Ashes expansion.
Wait a minute. The Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, the 24-hour peak lately is 4,600 people. That's not blowing the doors off.
4,600?
Yes, 4,646.
Ouch.
All-time peak is the 15,000 mark. Don't know when that was exactly. I'm sorry, that was January of 2026, it looks like. So maybe, but when you get 15,000 in January and you're barely in February, halfway through, and it's 4,600, that's a pretty steep decline.
Yeah, I don't even know. I mean, it's got decent ratings, a 7 out of 10, 4 out of 5.
Okay. They're basing this on the whole series.
What's that?
They're basing it on the series, not Shadows. Yeah, the series Assassin's Creed, like Black Flag, Valhalla, all that.
Gotcha.
They're basing that on the series. They're not basing that on Shadows. That's why they keep saying it the way they're saying it. They're saying it the way they're saying it because Shadows did not knock it out the park. But still, people are still playing and buying and making purchases apparently from the series as a whole. Plus merchandise, people love buying Ezio stuff. So that's you got to watch that wording. Ubisoft are master liars. I mean, these are the same people that screwed with their report, didn't they? Didn't they delay a report release and freeze their stock and all kind of other shady stuff? So all these numbers are lies or manipulations. I mean, they're still telling people, would you mind voluntarily quitting?
I mentioned that Ubisoft has been pushed from pillar to post in recent months. Days ago, much of the company participated in a walkout, mainly staged to oppose a 5-day return to office order imposed by the company and to recognize plummeting stock values. So, financial update didn't refer to any of the recent troubles, nor did it outline anything to do with the recent crash in share price.
See, they had a crash in share price that they left out. So no, Ubisoft is just doing flat out spin, and they don't care. They're remember the financial thing. They're not even subtle. These suckers are doing their like Cat Williams would say, "I can see you." They doing it right in front of you, where you're just looking at them like, we can see the bull crap, right? And they're just like, "Nah, man, we're killing it."
Yeah, the problem is, though, when you're laying off all these folks, if they're not working on new games, your long-term outlook is pretty poor. Now you got to hire more staff just to make new games to be profitable in the future. So it's
Hey, Bloodaxe,
it's a band-aid.
Hey, Bloodaxe, check out this segue. Hey, but when it comes to spin, especially putting a spin on yourself, they're not the biggest people to tell themselves they had it all in the cards.
Oh, High Guard. We were turned into a joke from minute one. Fired High Guard developer reflects on game's ill-fated launch and false assumptions after Game Awards reveal. No. Apparently in-house High Guard was on a high, breathing strong, pretty much no way to lose. And
no way this could flop. It's wild. The
Game of the
spin,
year.
like the self-delusion that they had in-house. But it just proves it, because Zeno and me talk about this all the time, especially about this weird delusion that these suckers run on, where they just tell themselves, against all reality and what the numbers say, we're killing it, guys. This game's going to be amazing. And I'm looking at it like your game is neither the best looking, the most original. It doesn't have the most interesting characters. It doesn't have the best costumes. It doesn't have the best guns. It doesn't have the best gameplay. It doesn't have any original concept. What part of this game was going to make it a blockbuster? You beat nobody at anything.
It's free to play. That was the gig.
Those Marvel Rivals, which has all of your favorite Marvel characters.
Superheroes.
They look amazing. The costumes are amazing. The gameplay's awesome. Blade! I can play Blade! I can play Blade! You know how many games I can play Blade in?
2.
Gambit! They got Gambit, and he's with Rogue! Happy ending Gambit! Gambit and Rogue as a couple! Dogs and cats playing together! It's pandemonium! Rivals is amazing! Deadpool and Jeff! And it's just amazing. And then that's not counting series mainstays like Overwatch and Apex Legends. There was nothing they beat any of these people at all. You got to at least be able to look at your game and go, we got them on that. They got them on nothing. So, all right, sorry my rant. But just the delusion is wild. That they were just telling, like, they went into this sure, not that they were going to do okay, but sure that they were going to boom. 2026 year of High Guard, baby. And I'm like, on what? Zeno, on what?
What?
What did they have?
A game? I'm sorry.
Yeah, their name's not even that interesting.
I've lost you, buddy. No, I was reading, they were talking about, so they're like, oh yeah, man, we flew people out to play the game and they gave us like positive reviews and good feedback. And it's just like, yeah, because if they talk shit about your game, you won't fly them out again. Like,
yeah.
Well, you start the sentence off with, we spent a huge amount of money on these people and wine and dine them. Lo and behold, when they were looking right in our face, they said, great game. I'm like, yeah, and it got real awkward if they'd have looked you in the face and said, your game sucks.
So,
Could I still have my lobster dinner?
yeah. It's just like, that's not a good, but I don't know. I mean, I don't know what the answer is, dude. I'll be honest. Like, because I mean, the developers, they said they loved playing the game and all this stuff. They enjoyed it. And I'm just like, how come our developers seem to be so disconnected from the world as a whole and what gamers want?
That's a very good question. And, I think that the state of gaming is so in flux right now that developers are now really starting to question which games will be successful versus let's just pull a Kathleen Kennedy, put a chicken, and make it gay. So this game, I don't know how long it's been in development. Good idea, I think, similar to South of Midnight, but the gameplay that we saw didn't look enticing. And you're already going up in a super competitive market with likes of Fortnite and Overwatch games that, you have to have something, like you said, extremely unique, something that other ones don't have, or some other way to entice players to want to be able to give your game a try. Otherwise, they have hundreds, if not thousands of hours invested in these other games. And breaking away from that to play yours, highly unlikely.
Well, and I mean, and they mentioned it, like, it wasn't when the game got released that they realized something was wrong. They did actually realize something was wrong when the game trailer got debuted on, during the Game Awards, and all of a sudden people are talking smack about the game, hating on the game, and they're like, at this point, they had been in this bubble that was them and people they paid to come out there.
Tell them how great they were.
And then they released this trailer, and all of a sudden they're like, crap.
We're in trouble.
Now, I'm going to rehash a rant. I'll shorten it that I had Friday that Zeno remembers about when they stated that quote, that gamers didn't even give their game a fair chance. I was pissed. Like, I'm calmer now, but I was furious about this because there's one thing Highguard cannot claim. It can claim that Jeff Keighley screwed them over by putting them in a spot they didn't need to be. It can claim that people hated on a game before they played it. But they can never claim that they did not get a fair chance. 90-something thousand concurrent players, which means that isn't even all the players. That's just the concurrent at one time played their game. There are many games that never hit these numbers. A huge number of players turned out for their game. Way more than most free-to-play games see on their first day. Huge turnout. And within 24 hours, almost all those people quit. Like 90% plus of those people quit. You can't say you didn't get a fair chance. People played your game, bastard. They played your game. There's so many poor people out there that games never see those numbers. You suck. That's all that can be said. You had 90,000 people at one time playing your game. And there were streamers turning the game off midstream. There were guys quitting teams where they're like, hey man, where are you? Where'd you go? Man, this game's so boring, I'm stopping. You know how unprofessional that is? That cost them money. You got people watching you stream and you just stopped playing. That's how bad it was. No, sucker. The one thing that you never will be able to say, and I will never allow you to have, you can't have that, is you cannot say you did not have your fair chance. You got more of a chance than you deserved. Huge number of people. You know how much somebody we're about to talk about in a minute wishes they could have got triple digits? Like, you got 90,000 concurrent. And you lost them all. That's how bad your game is. You ought to be ashamed of yourself to complain. It would be different if we open a restaurant, a Dicejunkies restaurant, and only 20 people come by and we fail. We could go, man, we didn't even really get a chance. We open a Dicejunkies restaurant and there's packed wall to wall for the first 4 hours, and then everybody leaves and nobody comes back. We got to look at each other and go, dude, we can't cook. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go, no, that's us. It's got to be us. We have people. They put the food in their mouth. We can't ask for more than that.
But the thing is we've seen where the 20 people show up. And the game was awesome. And then those 20 people tell 20 people who tell 20 people, you know. So, I mean, the fact that you had, 90,000 people hit up your game, if it was good. And it
shot the other direction.
Yeah. If it was good, it wouldn't matter how many people hit up your game as long as somebody hit up your game, because they're going to tell other people. We've seen this upward trend several times with good games that have been made by small developers that didn't have a huge marketing budget. You know, where, it's not until the second week before they hit their peak, But and he does this particular interview with this dev. He is sort of pointing the finger at those negative interviews, negative reviews from the trailer, saying that, well, they get more views than the people who did the good reviews, and negativity sells. And yeah, it does. I get that. But you still had 90,000 people show up,
That's a lot.
I've watched more Marvel Rivals gameplay and positive reviews of characters and release stuff than I have negative reviews. So no, it's interest. It's what the interest is that gets it. I don't agree. I do agree that negative reviews are popular, but if the game's good, you get a lot of positive motion as well. Plus, that doesn't matter. It didn't keep people from showing up. That's my point. It didn't work.
Now, I will give this particular dev some credit because he did say, I'm not saying our failure is purely the fault of gamer culture and that the game would have thrived without the negative disclosure, but it absolutely played a role.
No, it didn't. I'm telling you, I won't let them have that. You can't have that.
But at least this guy's given a little leeway.
Do you want to know who can say that? You want to know who's allowed? There's a game, we're going to them now. They're next. I'm going to tell you who I can say, wow, I feel bad. The negative discourse really messed this game up. Because when you only hit 57, that's bad. That's why I'm saying this. Reloaded ought to go over and whoop their ass. Reloaded ought to go kick in the studio door and kick everybody's ass in the High Guard studio. Talking about 90,000 and you talking about you didn't get a chance? 57, mofo. 57 people.
Yeah.
That was us. We were half of that. That staff is 30-something. We didn't even double our staff number in players.
I am shocked because Reloaded had negative reviews when I last saw it. It is now turned to positive.
What, Reloaded?
Yeah.
Hey, did the player numbers go up? Let's check. Maybe that no longer applies. No, it hasn't. It's not. It's 42. So, I don't know about the reviews, but I mean, it makes sense. The few people who are playing it must like it. 42. There are 36 people playing it right now. There are 30 staff members at Reloaded, so them and their families.
I would have been repaired by now, but no, he just wanted to kill.
Yeah. I will say this. As far as drop percentages go, their drop percentage isn't bad.
Oh, no, it never was there. Yeah, I know. But that's my point, though, is that even though we're pointing out how bad this game did, and it's terrible, looking at High Guard, I actually now feel bad for Reloaded. Because we don't know if Reloaded is good or not. Nobody played it. Yet, all these people went to play High Guard and wasted their time on that game. So that's why I look at High Guard and go, shut up, Dev. This dude needs to shut the hell up. You had more than enough people come play your game. You couldn't keep any of them because your game sucks. If your game was good, you'd at least kept half. If your game sucked, you'd at least kept 25%. You didn't do that. Your game is awful. It has one of the highest drop rates I've ever seen and the fastest time I've ever seen. Because that drop rate was within 24 hours. Who has the nerve to lose that many players that fast and then go, well, it was, negative video. It's like, what does that got to do with the people that actually played it? I'm not talking about the people that hate on the game. I'm talking about the people that actually played you and then stopped. The people who gave you a chance. Like, it's just... But then again, we know that they're in their own bubble, so they're telling themselves whatever they have to because they lie to themselves. But you can't lie to the numbers.
I mean,
numbers.
For a $13 game, that is pretty painful of numbers, man. I mean, being that they actually had another game.
Look at the awards, though. See, slide down. You see the little reef there? Look. Ah, ooh, hey. I don't know who voted because again, 57 people. There must not have been anybody else in the running.
I mean, there's semblance game that
one actually looks kind of interesting.
It did actually look sort of interesting.
Well, look, I ain't got a problem with them. I mean, to me, what happened here?
Okay, I mean, their semblance game only had a 63 all-time peak.
Well, it's a really small company in Africa. It's a very, very small game company. Very indie, very small.
So, I mean, we may just push this one up to just lack of people knowing about it, man.
No, they got played in State of Plays. People knew about Reloaded. Nobody wanted to play it. It's the concept, I think, that hurts the game. I think it's that people looked at the game and said, nah. Dude, you got to realize what's in the indie market. You got, like, Silk Song and, stuff like that. Like, you're... Again, believe it or not, indie's got some damn good side-scroller games, man. And if I had to choose what to pop my money on, I wouldn't buy Reloaded if it was $1. Because the concept holds no interest to me because I could instead play Silk Song or something when it goes on sale, or the original Hollow Knight, or Shovel Knight, or Moonlighter 2, which is on my list of games to go grab, even though it's not technically full-on 2D. So it's like, I mean, it's just an amazingly poor outpouring. I think people are on it a little harder than they need to be. I mean, is the game a woke concept? Yes. Is it offensively so? No. It's, it's a concept I've seen before. It's the Robin Hood, that stupid show. It's that concept. It's, let's take from these people because they're colonizers. And I'm like, all right, that's a concept. Problem is that the people that support this game are not the people who buy games. That's the big issue, is that people don't back things with their money. I don't blame them. I blame the folks that told them, yeah, this is a good idea, and then didn't buy it. It's like, come on, man, back it up with your money. I mean, I bought Hogwarts Legacy, and I've never played it.
You haven't played it.
I bought it because I love the books, and I think it's BS that these guys made a really good game, and everybody's hating on them just because J.K. Rowling keeps opening her mouth and pissing off certain communities. I'm like, yeah, that's nice, but the game is a good game. And the whole franchise cannot be like destroyed just because of an argument between two groups who I don't really care what either one of their opinions are on the matter. So, just being honest, I don't have a dog in that race. I mean, you look at me and I say that it's up to women who they want in their restrooms. So I don't have a dog in that race. If they want to go, hey, I'm like, hey, you know what? Because we don't care who come in the restroom, man. I'll go pee on a tree next to a bear. We peeing on the same tree. I don't care. We don't care. So it's not an issue. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite and have an opinion. But at the same time, I'm not going to not play Hogwarts Legacy because y'all too fussing. I'm going to go over here, get that Ravenclaw on. Because I am planning to play it. I'm going to go Ravenclaw. I got to go Ravenclaw, man. So, but I just haven't had time. I got other games in my rotation. So I bought it to support the company. That's the difference between us, though. We'll buy a game to support a company. Absolutely. I bought the Battle Pass 2-3 times for Where Winds Meet because I feel like the game is giving me that much value to support the company. But if you're not willing to support the company, you ain't got $13 to buy Reloaded, guys? Y'all gotta stop talking all this mess if you ain't even willing to drop $13 to support them. That's messed up. Almost makes me want to buy a copy just to show how pathetic y'all are that are supporting the game and won't buy it. It's $13 freaking, man. I paid more than that at Five Guys a minute ago. Support? Anyway, I'm just saying, I feel bad for them. Because I actually went to their website and read their story, and it's interesting. There aren't a lot of African indie game companies, and they were very small until recently. And I kind of feel bad that this indie company can't get momentum going. Now, I do think that they're going to have to come up with something that pops, Indie game companies live or die on those first couple of games, whether they pop or not, and really catch. But I feel like Reloaded never had a chance, man. Because it got negative press. It actually got negative press that I felt like was a lot for such a small company to get that much negative press and get as much negative attention as it did, combined with the fact that, and the people that supported it clearly did not show up. Some of these people that support this have companies that have enough money that they could have bought 100 copies and gave them away. They got that kind of money. Sweet Baby Inc. charges God knows how much for their services. They should have all bought a copy. You know, the hypocrisy, man. And then yet over here, High Guard complaining. They got 90,000 plus show up. Everybody says, screw this game and quit. And they go, it's the gaming community's fault. I'm like, nah, buddy. We showed up. 90,000 is good numbers, man. We showed up. Your game sucks.
Yeah, Borderlands 4 wish they had 90,000 right now.
I mean, all I'm saying is they got 2,377 people playing now versus their all-time peak 20 days ago at 97,000. That's you. That's you. That ain't nobody else but you. They showed up. You nearly had 100,000 concurrent. That means way more than that, but we're playing. Across that day, probably. So, probably more than 100,000 easy played this game. And yet they're blaming the gamers when the gamers showed up. What else do you want? We showed up.
Well, this next game, we don't really have any numbers on because you have to go through Riot to play it. But apparently, 12-year Riot veteran among staff given only 30 minutes layoff notice. Apparently, 80 staff members were let go at Riot Games from its 2XKO development team, which is a 2 versus 2 tag team fighting game based off of League of Legends.
Oh, wait a minute. That game is pretty new, isn't it?
Yeah, it came out around October, I think, last year.
Yeah. I thought it was, well, I'll be real. The videos fell off pretty fast. People playing it, but it had its fans.
Yeah, well, and it says the game has resonated with a passionate core audience, but overall momentum hasn't reached the level needed to support a team of the size of the current size long term. The layoffs come as a major shock to many Riot devs, one of whom was a 12-year veteran given only 30 minutes notice. Riot claims the layoffs provide 2XKO with a sustainable path forward. So it just amuses me because, I mean, if you look at Riot Games, I mean, Riot Games has League of Legends, Valorant, Team Fight Tactics. I don't know what that is. Team Building, Battle Wits, Legends of Runeterra. I mean, they have several projects. I'm surprised you lay off that many people without being able to shift some around to other projects. That's what always.
What kind of numbers did they lay off?
80.
Out of how many?
They didn't say how many were on this 2XKO.
I mean, 80 is a lot in general, you know.
Yeah. They considered it major for the size of the company in general, I think. So, I mean, game doesn't look too bad. I mean, for a 2D fighter.
Oh, I have it. That is roughly 50% of their team.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, crap. Well, don't you just okay that? That is...
That's a lot of
Dude, what company's still functional at 50% staff layoff? That's wild. And they're talking about they still going to be able to go forward? They fired half. I don't know any business that you can fire half of your staff and not have a significant impact.
Well, half of that team, right?
Huh?
Not half of the... Not half of Riot Games, but half of the 2XKO development team.
Yeah, I'm talking about 2XKO's team. Half of the team is gone, Negro.
That still means there's 80 people still working on a game that's already finished.
Is it finished?
I mean, it came out in October. So, I mean, for updates and some minor additions, half the team, that's all you really need.
Because they promised 5 new characters added to the roster per year. Which is faster than most fighting, which is equal to some of the top fighting games ratio, if not faster. I mean, let's be real. Street Fighter ain't adding 5 characters a year.
The whole lifespan of DOA 6 only added 5 characters.
I know. So I don't know if they're going to still be able to pull that off. I don't know, dude. Half a team. Wow. And with a 30-minute notice, it's just literally, hey, guys, check it out. 30 minutes, half y'all got to go.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Usually, as as a 12-year-old veteran, you'd think you'd get a little more heads up, Like, I mean, that sounds like to me he was just blindsided.
Yeah, 30 minutes is blindsided.
Yeah.
30 minutes is barely enough time to get ready for a meeting.
Like, you didn't even give me a sniff that my job may be in jeopardy,
Wow. That's wild. That team got gutted, man. Which means that game's probably dead in the water. There ain't going to be a sequel. That, like you said, it's just going to get basic support. And that's it. Which is basically a death knell. Put it like this. If they did that to any other game, that's fine. And also, you got to remember, fighting games need constant support, dude. You said it's complete, but fighting games get patches almost every season.
Not just it. I mean, you also got to realize those 5 extra characters, stuff like that. That's how it's making its money, dude. It's a free-to-play game.
Yeah, they got to sell. They got to sell those characters.
So yeah, I mean, I do get you. You gotta add that content to make money.
And League of Legends has a big roster to pull from, really big roster. So I mean, they can add. It could end up looking like some of them games with like 50, 60 characters easy. Well, maybe not 50, 60, but probably 30 or 40. But now they've got a lot less people to crank those out, a lot less people to be patching on the game. I mean, that's my thing, is just that's a lot. They didn't even consider doing 25% and then coming back for 25% later. They went straight, immediate, 30 right now, half of you suckers get the hell out. Wow. That is just a huge chop. I'm going to have to say the game's done. I'm going to say that the game's going to float. Especially as a free-to-play, it's going to float for about another year. And by 2027, 2028, probably 2028, they're going to shut it down.
I don't know if it's going to last that long, buddy. I mean, you're more optimistic than me. I give it about 6 months, and they start shutting things down. But I'll give it to October.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to do a long haul on that.
Full year, but they'll get their 5 characters out for the year, and that's going to be it.
Yeah. And only because they were already working on those 5 characters. Yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure that, in fact, they probably did that because they said, hey, how those 5 characters look? Oh, we pretty much got them ready. We just roll. Oh, okay, good. Get out. Get out. Like, good. They ready? All right, get out. We don't need you no more. Get out.
One last thing we have, and I mean, you should be happy. It's a co-op game, right, man? I mean, you and your co-op. We got Horizon Hunters Gathering, Guerrilla's new co-op action game, man. Where's the excitement? The thrill?
Have you seen the trailer?
Yes, I have.
Which character are you? I have a character. I know what character I am. Yeah, but you didn't expect that. I have a character in that game. You ain't see that one robot tiger? Yeah, I'm there to kill these suckers. I'm here. Oh, they easy pickings. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm with the bad guys. I'm a robot. I want to play as a robot tiger. I want, you know what? Remember that horde mode we used to have on Gears, Bloodaxe? I want to play as the bad guys. Let me play as the bad guys. They look cool. There you go. I'll be that right there. I like it with the horns. There you go. Now I'll roll that. Oh, any one of them would do. Hell no. It only gets worse. No.
Yeah.
No comment. No comment. It's like they took 3 blood axes and rolled them together.
Thanks.
But
Smirk.
yeah,
Like, I wish our boy Jarek was here. You want to know? All right, guys, we got to tell you this. No, I got to give Jarek credit. We watched this trailer with Remy, Jarek, one of our guys that you see in our chat, and he decided to call out every sassy smirk face that was made. And by the end, he had said it like 30 times. It was smirk at the camera, smirk at the camera, smirk at the camera. And it was just like every few seconds. And I was like, oh my God, it's just one trope over and over. Now look at the sassy, and it's just smirking at the camera. He made it so much cornier and worse by calling out the smirk. And you could just see, and Xeno's over there trying to ignore it, but I could just see like the eyes starting to twitch. He's like, smirk. And then I started doing it with them to piss Xeno off more. So then and he hears in unison every time, smirk, smirk. He's just hearing this in duo, and he's just like, because I've got the controller, so he can't stop it. He can't stop the video. Oh, we tortured him. We tortured him good. You see his face? Look at him. We got you good, man. You were miserable by the end of that.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see somebody more out of shape than Blueberry from Concord, but dang. she is Big Mama is like she looks like she weighs like 900 pounds. She looks like she's off that show My 500-Pound Life. And
that's
she got
say,
one leg.
And this is where a lot of people's biggest complaints, honestly, has become is fans of the genre and the canon, because they say this is canon for the universe, but there's a lot of questionable things if this is canon for people.
Yeah, half the time people even have superpowers now. They don't look like a beleaguered people in an apocalyptic world. Definitely, some of them ain't missing no meals.
Well, it's just a fact of her size, dude. Like, she cannot be human.
Like, that's a drawn art, but when you see her, like, animated, she is, yeah. Xeno's gonna look at me and go, you know more about the lore. Are there giants in this world? I'm like, I don't think so. But she is so large compared to everyone else in, like, the team-up shot when they actually are in-game. She is, like, just, she is, like size of, like, her arm is as thick as the entire body of other characters. It is weird.
But just the size difference here in this drawing. You realize she is the farthest back in that image.
She's like 8 or 9 feet tall and like 5 to 6 feet wide. It is weird. Like, I don't know what they're going for. And then look at all that. Like I said, like, everybody apparently can just fly and float and has superpowers now. So you're just like, okay. That's apparently a thing now. And then it doesn't match the theme, the mood, or the just Horizon Zero Dawn at all, which is a sci-fi apocalyptic game. You know, you're trying to survive in a world where humanity has been driven to almost prehistoric, lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It's a survival game as much as anything. But now they've got this cartoony art style. The characters are very Concordian in look. Like, I literally told him, I said, tell me that old cranky dude with the hammer couldn't be hanging out next to Grandma in Concord. You remember the Grandma in Concord? Tell me they're not a couple and they're dating. And he even said, dang, man, you could put any of these characters in the Concord roster, they'd fit in perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, this is the real Concord 2.0 to me. This game is like they looked at Concord for inspiration for the style of their game. Like they went, what our character look like? What style we want to go with? And for it to be from Sony again, the people who lost all that money on Concord, I'm amazed that a Sony exec didn't go shoot everybody in the dev team and just go like, we are not doing this again. No, we are not going to be the laughing stock of the gaming industry again. But apparently, no, they want to be on top again. And I believe that this game, unless something changes, this game's going to be a joke. Zeno says he believes the fan base will still make the game do at least decent. I disagree. I think the game is going to be a flop, an actual flop. Especially considering, once again, Marvel Rivals exists. Unless Marvel Rivals servers blows up tomorrow, this game's dead. Because there's a better game to play. There is. There just is a better game to play. On top of that, I think it's going to be Sony exclusive, so it's already reaching a smaller base. I don't think Horizon Zero... I may not be a Horizon fan, but the game has got a good story. It's an interesting game. This feels like a lore, like blasphemy. And I really believe that Horizon fans are not going to be fond of what they're doing with this. I mean, if you take your lore even slightly seriously for that game, the fact they're claiming this is going to be canon and how ridiculous these characters are looking and acting really feels like it doesn't fit the game even slightly that I've seen people playing all these years. It's like if they put out something like that for Resident Evil that was just that ridiculous. Not saying they haven't tried. You know, Resident Evil's been through some growing pains. But those games also got panned when they did that. For the same reason. You know, you don't want somebody, like you say, to make a canon game that's a mockery of the series you like. I feel like this is ridiculous. It's not what Horizon fans want. They probably want the next mainstay game instead of whatever this is. And on top of that, it doesn't look like Horizon. It doesn't feel like Horizon. And that's, to me, the biggest sin, is that I was like, you know what? An actual game in the style of the Horizon game that's multiplayer, where you could team up to hunt the robots, but it's got the serious, stalking, you know what I'm saying? The studying the creature, finding out its weaknesses. That could be interesting. This is clearly going to be a superhero shooter. Because, I mean, they're just running up and like, watch me teleport, zip around, and big flaming hammer fire hit. I'm like, I don't think they're studying and stalking the prey. It sounds like you just run in there and Leroy Jenkins it. Which is so not Horizon, man. That's just... It doesn't look like it's gonna be Horizon. And this coming from a guy who's not even a fan. And even I can look at it and go, that's not Horizon. So what is it? It's Concord 2.0. Concord in the jungle. There you go. With fewer characters, an actual smaller roster. It's a hero shooter in the Horizon universe that shouldn't be there. And there you go.
Yep, pretty much. And with that wraps us up, guys. Any last comments before we close it out?
97,000 people showed up.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to go to Dicejunkies.com where you can find everywhere we are online, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on our YouTube channel. And as every week,